Hey, I'm selling chickens, and I want to bring a new player's guide to Duel Links in the year of 2019. Now, if you're just joining this game in 2019, it can feel a bit intimidating just jumping in. And, well, you probably should feel a little bit intimidated. It's rightfully felt, because there's a lot. I mean, come on. Come on. I mean, look at all these boxes that they have here. It's insane. You're never going to get all of that. But I'm not going to discourage you here, okay? Because if you're just joining here, I want to make this guide especially for you. New players in the year 2019, and hey, why not make it free to play too? Because it's possible, alright? This is a guide where you can be kind of meta-relevant. As much meta-relevant as you can be. And just joining in today as soon as you can. Now, I'm not saying I'm a very good player at this game or anything. I mean, heck guys, I've never even made it to gold ranked before, but that's partially because I'm not too keen on PvP anyway. These here are just my ideas for a good start to becoming as good as you can if you want to hop on the ladder of the ranked matches and just do as much as you can do on there. I would say wreck everybody, but I mean, come on, let's be real here. You're joining so late, you're not gonna. Anyway, moving on. One side note is that if you just want to play any fun deck, you know, if you don't really care about all that, if you just want to play whatever fun decks you want, like if you want to build like a Dark Magician deck, well, first of all, good luck, because you know there's not a lot of good Dark Magician cards, and that Roman Yugi event was terrible. But any other deck, if you just want to build it, if you see like cards in a certain box you want to get, just go for it. Don't care. But if you do care, this is where I help you out. Probably. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not very good. But we'll see. I've been playing for a while. I can bring something to the table. Just give me a chance, Charlie. There's a number of goals that you're going to want to do here. And the first goal you want is collect all your rewards. If you're joining now, you're probably going to make it in time for the 2nd anniversary event stuff. If not, you'll at least have, you know, at least like 1,500 gems at the very least. So whatever gems you have, you should at least have over 500. And if you do have over 500, then you're good for the first goal. The first goal is choosing a starter deck. Pretty crazy, right? I never would have thought that myself. So in case you don't really know what's here, first real quick, if you don't really know what's up here, over here on the top left corner, right over here, is like your missions. You want to keep an eye on those. Anytime you see a little mark, it means you can do something. Stage missions help you raise stages. Special missions are just special missions. I don't really know how else to explain that. Don't worry about that for now. This little Millennium box is going to be your items. It's also where you can exchange your card tickets from at the top. That's something you can miss out. Any tickets you have, you can exchange them for anything that's on the list here. As you can see, it's a pretty good list. I'll go over that later. Right now, don't be afraid to just sit on these tickets. You know, this one's good until January 31st, 2020. I can sit on this ticket for a year, which probably isn't the worst idea ever. Yeah. Here we got news, which is, you know, just boring. And who cares about those? So, step 1, select your starter deck. So go over here to this little shop of horrors, and you'll see all the advertisement beauty, you know, good old capitalism at its finest. But ignore all the flashy things and go down to the little decks icon here. And here we have a lot of boxes. How many boxes do we have? Well, that's a good question. We have 9 boxes, 9 decks to choose from. So, which one should you go for? Well, that's really up to you, to be honest. Do you want to be good, Or do you want to be bad? Well, I don't know about you, but personally, I'm probably gonna go bad. But let's go over them all. Alright? Let's see why I might go bad. Let's go ahead and take a moment just to look through all these starter decks and just discuss them real quick. So, the first structure deck that came out was Dragonic Force, preferably to be used with Kaiba. So, in each box you get enough cards to make one deck. These cards go as followed. Alter for Tributes. Bad. Komori Dragon. Who cares? Tyrant Wing. It's alright if you want to run dragons, honestly. It's alright. Dragon's Rebirth, also pretty good if you want to run dragons. Dragon Treasure, don't bother. Advanced Zone, I don't know what that is, don't bother. Advanced Force, who cares? Hunter Dragon, it's alright for a starter dragon. 1700 attack for 3 stars, but again, don't bother. What tail? What tail dragon? Who cares? Exploder Dragon is a pretty good card. That's definitely good, even for not dragon decks. Worth buying a whole box for? Probably not. Definitely not at this point. I hate these names. This boy? No. Felgrand Dragon, don't bother. So, if you really want to start off with dragons, though, honestly, not a bad deck, but that's if you really want to dedicate yourself to dragons. If you do, then hey, I say go for that one. Moving on to Sorcerer's Alliance, preferably used with Yugi, Yami Yugi, for that sake. So what do we have here? The Illusionary Gentleman, more like the Illusionary Dumb Boy. Next, Ready for Intercepting. Who cares? Soul Rope, Soul Boring. Rope for Life, more like Rope for Stupid. Destructive Draw, more like Dumb Draw. Book of Secret Arts. Book of Secret Fart. Spell Wall, Spell Dumb. Neo the Magic Swordsman. It's alright, I guess, for Spellcaster. But there's not a lot of good Spellcaster support, so that's really not saying a lot. Magical Undertaker, dumb. A Man with Wajat. It's fine for Spellcaster. Trance the Magic Swordsman, probably the best card, but just because he's a 2600 1 tribute monster, which is pretty good. It can take out a Dark Magician, but still not worth it. Not saying much either. Even if you want to run Spellcasters, I just recommend you don't. Just don't. I'm sorry. This is coming from a man who loves Spellcasters. Don't. Next, Hero Rising, for use with Jade and Yuki. That's right, there are multiple levels of anime here. Hero Barrier, I guess. If you can run Elemental Heroes, it's good. Elemental Recharge, it's stupid. A Hero Emerges, pretty good, can be clutch. Would probably recommend using it if you run a lot of 4-star monsters. Heroes Bond, if you run E-Heroes, sure, maybe. H Heated, don't bother. Fusion Recovery, don't bother. Elemental Hero Inferno, it's a fusion monster, and it's a little too early to start investing in fusion monsters. And let me just tell you, if you want to run fusion monsters, you're going to be coughing up a lot of gems. So, maybe just don't. Rottweiler. No. Elemental Hero Voltic. No. Elemental Hero Lady Heat and Regular Heat. Turn up the Regular and Lady Heat. How about you turn them off? Because no. Elemental Hero Flash, like Elemental Hero Flush. Polymerization. You need it for fusion. That's all I have to say. And Elemental Hero Blaze Man. No. Okay. Now Legendary Warriors. For use with Joey, because he's a legendary warrior. He's a warrior boy living in a warrior world. So, Staunch Defender. More like Stench Defender, am I right? Jar of Avarice. No. The A-Forces. It's a very noob card. You'll see this card a lot on playing ranked, because it's a relatively fine boost card for warriors and spellcasters. Hey. Sword of Sparkles. That's a stupid name. Sword of Dragon Soul. Oh, now that's the edge I was looking for. Not bad for an equip card. Only for warriors though. Assault Armor. It's bad. Charm Changer. I don't even know what this card is. What? Send one equipped spell card from your hand to the graveyard. Activate this card. If the equipped monster destroys a monster by battle, the control of the equipped card can add one monster with attack equal to or less than the equipped monster. Okay, forget it. Bad. X-Saber, a new Piranha. I like this card because she has like a whip. And that's pretty cool. Otherwise, who really cares? Marmitting Captain. It's not bad. X-Saber Galahad. Don't bother. Its effect is not worth it. DD Warrior. It's annoying. It's an annoying card to go against. After damage calculation, when this card battles a monster, banish that monster and this card. Commander Gotham's. Gotham's. Swordmaster. Don't bother. I guess if you want to run X-Sabers, fine. X-Sabers aren't too bad. They're not terrible against NPCs, at least. Battle Guard King. He's fine, I guess. And Guilford the Legend, don't bother. So, that's a warrior deck. Now, this is a deck that you'll see a lot of in new player ranked matches. Like this is a deck you'll see a lot of in rookie ranks and maybe even bronze ranks, because all in all, this starter deck is mostly just beaters. You know, getting the strong monsters on your field, and hey, beaters are the easiest decks to run. And you know, for good reason. They got a lot of bang for their buck. And honestly, for a new player, it probably is the best option to go right now. But let's go through the other decks and see. Next is Destiny Rulers, for use with Aster. Dark Light, dumb. D-Fusion, D-dumb. D-Fortune, D-dumb. Cyclone Blade, D-dumb. Well, actually these cards aren't too bad if you have Destiny Heroes. But, you know, if you do have Destiny Heroes, this is bad. It's fine. And this one is fine, I guess. Okay, Destiny Hero Dangerous. This card's pretty good. People use this card a lot if you're running Destiny Heroes. It's also a very popular card for using in Masked Heroes. So hey, it's a good card. Same with Vision Hero Trinity. It requires 3 hero monsters, and although it cannot run a direct attack, it can attack 3 times. And when it's first fusioned, its attack is doubled. So that's like a 5,000 attack monster that can potentially end the game in 1-2 hits. So, good card to keep just in hand. Even though it's a fusion monster, hey, guess what? This deck also comes with polymerization. So if you want to start with a polymerization deck, this is probably the one to go with. Destiny Rulers. Destiny Hero Dreamer. This card has been hit by the ban list. I'm not sure if it's limited or semi-limited. Actually, no, it's not. I was thinking of Vion. Sorry. This card is fine, actually. It's actually not a bad card if you know how to use it. I don't know how to use it, so don't ask me. Destiny Hero Dark Angel. Who cares? D cubed. Look, it's like a dog. There's a D on his face. Alright, Vision Hero Vion. This card is limited to only one copy. That's what that little red number means. It's limited because it was too good. It basically gives you a free polymerization to your hand, and if you use it in combination with like Celestial, it can add up. It can let you draw like 2 cards as well. So it's pretty good. Destiny Hero Drill Dark. He's a boy that likes to drill. He's good. Destiny Hero Celestial. Pretty good as well. It's on the limited list as well. So polymerization, I don't know what else to say about that. And Dogma. Who cares? So, Destiny Rulers is actually a pretty good deck. Celestial, Drill Dark, and Vion alone are enough to make this pretty viable. Along with the polymerization and Trinity and Dangerous, 2 pretty good fusion monsters actually. Not bad. Next up we have Dragonic Knights for use with the Chaz. Lighten the load. Stupid. Reverse glasses. Dumb. Castle of Dragon Souls. Nah, who cares? Release Restraint Wave. Target 1 face-up equipped spell card you control. Destroy the equipped spell card and all face-down spell and trap cards your opponent controls. I guess that could be good, but it's not really used because you have to sacrifice an equip card, and probably not worth it. Trial and Tribulations. Don't bother. Synchro Boost. That's right. There's synchro summoning in this game. Obviously, that's no secret, so I don't know why I had to advertise that as such, but for now, at this point, it's just a boost. 500 attack boost, and its level increases by 1. It's a fine booster card, I guess, but there's betters. There's betters out there. Strike of the Monarchs. Don't bother. Monarchs they're scattered all over the place. Like I should have mentioned with the elemental heroes. Don't bother getting elemental heroes, by the way. Don't do that because they're not very good right now, and there's so many of them. There's literally, I think there's at least 1 or 2 elemental heroes spread out throughout every single box and mini box. You're gonna run yourself broke trying to get all elemental hero cards. Just don't bother. It's not worth it. Think of your children. Don't blow your money like that. Spirit Ryu? Spirit Ryu! Spirit Ryu. Who cares? Paladin of Felgrand. Not a bad card to use with Blue Eyes White Dragon. So maybe, if you want to use dragons, if you want to use Blue Eyes at the beginning, not a bad card to go with. And it comes with 3 of them, this box. So, hey. Lancer Dragonoot. He's too weak to do anything. Evil Swarm Zahak. What is that thing? Is that what a Zahak looks like? Well, I guess if I had to imagine a Zahak, that's what I'd see. But yeah, who cares? Dragon Knight of Creation. Nah. Dragonic Knight. Nah. Dark Blaze Dragon. Nah. I mean, fine. It's not too bad. Although, wait. This card destroys a monster by balance into its graveyard, inflict damage. Okay, never mind. Bad. And Archbrave Dragon, not too terrible, but not too worth it either. This deck's mostly, if you want, this deck is mostly kind of like a Blue Eyes support. A very light Blue Eyes support. Alright, Spellbound Silence. You'll notice something different with this deck. This is an EX deck, meaning it costs money. Yeah, money. And as a free-to-player, that also means we can't get this one. So, what's that? Silent Magician? Oh, who cares? It's not for us. But if you do want to spend money, you're gonna have to at least buy 3 of these, because it only comes with 1 Silent Magician in each. So, rip. Next we move on to the 5Ds era. Synchro Connection. For use with Yusei. Synchro Strike. Spirit Force. Shape Sister. It's not a bad synchro card, actually. I say actually a lot. I should actually stop doing that. Like, actually. Though low key, she's kinda hot. I don't know why. It's kinda strange. I think about it. I'll edit that out. Limiter Overload. If this card is sent to the graveyard, special summon a Speed Warrior. Yeah, Speed Warrior's not great though. That's the thing. Graceful Revival, more like Graceful Non. Pride of the Weak, more like Pride of the Teak. Junk Barrage, yeah, I'll say. Harmonic Waves, who cares? Gravity Warrior, our first synchro card. Now, I'm not a very good synchro summoner person. So if you're looking for all the pro synchro summoning, I'm not your guy. Just look it up, because I'm not good at synchro summoning. I know how to, but I'm not good at balancing my tuners with my non-tuners and all that. So, I'll just save you the time. If you want to synchro summon right off the bat, just don't. There's not enough cards that you're going to be getting at the beginning to be a good synchro summoner. You'll get like 2 of these. That's basically it. I don't recommend you do. Again, if that's where your heart is set, then don't listen to me. Just leave. Leave this video. I don't want you here. Go away. Go away. Just get out of here. Alright? You punk. Sorry. It was a little mean. But, yeah. If you want to go with your heart, follow your heart. Follow the heart of your cards. Because that's what Yugi would want. Alright, next up we have the White Dragon of Legend. And guess what? This is another EX Vox deck. That means it requires real life cash. But if you'll notice here, sometimes I'm not sure what determines it, but this one you can buy 1 deck for 1,000 gems. Now that's a lot of gems. you'll notice that's double the amount of any other structure starter box. Now, is this worth your 1,000 gems? Well, let's take a look. Hermetic Seal of Supremacy. Non-spellcasting area. Cry Havoc. Common Charity. Okay, I'll skip it. Probably not. This is good if you really want to go with your blue eyes. If you want to build your blue eyes, then I'll even go far to say as this deck is a must. Because Bingo Machine Go, great blue eyes card. You'll definitely want that. Blue Eyes Solid Dragon? No one really cares. Yeah, no one really cares. Dragon Spirit of White? Pretty good. Birthright? Hey, you can get that in a box, but it's still a good card to have. Cosmo Brain. Mwah, mwah. That is the cream on top of the sundae. This is the card that everybody wants. If you're running either Blue Eyes or Dark Magician or any, like, what is it? Any high level normal monster. You want Cosmo Brain because whether you're running Blue Eyes or Dark Magician, this is the real star of your deck. So, that alone, is it worth it? Yes, I would say this deck is worth your 1,000 gems if you want to run your Blue Eyes. If you want to run your Dark Magician, heck, even then, yes, it's worth your 1,000 gems. Just for the Cosmo Brain, for the Birthright, and maybe your Symbols of Duty. Maybe. Why is this card ultra rare? It's not worth being an ultra rare card. So that's that. And the newest box that just came out, Swordbound Silence. First we had the Silent Magician. Now we have the Silent Swordsman. And this, well, I don't really know what to think of this. As you'll see here, it has the Silent Swordsman cards, which you can't really get anywhere else. Well, you can, but this guy, you can't get anywhere else. Just regular old Silent Swordsman. It also comes with some Noble Knight cards. So if you want to get a head start on building a Noble Knight deck, hey, this is not a bad way to start off. However, you probably shouldn't, because Noble Knights aren't great right now. Like, they're okay, but they're not great. So I wouldn't, mostly because I don't really know how to play Noble Knights. I never tried it. But if your heart's set on that, hey, why not, right? You can play Noble Knights along with Silent Swordsman. Although be warned, Silent Sword Slash just recently got limited. Or semi-limited, I should say. And once something is put on the ban list, it's gonna stay there for a good long time. Unless you're a baby sword. Unless you're a baby tiger. Alright, so these are all the starter decks to this date. So, out of all of these, which one should you choose? Well, like I said, it really depends on what you're going for. If you want the dragons, go with Dragonic Force. If you want the Blue Eyes or Dark Magician, go with the White Dragon of Legend. If you want Elemental Heroes, too bad. That's just not. You're not gonna get them all. Trust me. If you want Silent Magician, cough up some real money. As for me though, it's kind of a toss-up. between the legendary warriors. Yep, that's right. Same, just blank regular warriors, aka a beatdown deck, and Destiny rulers. Now, let me give my reasonings. When you're starting out, you're going to be going against NPCs. That's going to be the main focus for a while, is going against NPCs. Now, NPCs are pretty susceptible to just beatdown decks. You know, summon a high level, summon a 1600 attack monster. You're pretty much good to go. Slap on an equip card, and they have nothing. They'll fall like bees. I don't know why it's not. They'll fall like things that fall. The Destiny rulers, however, there's something about this deck where all of these kind of just play together very well. And if this were any other year except 2019, I would guarantee, I would promise you would do well to go with this deck, because you can build this into a masked hero deck. The only reason I won't say that though is because masked heroes have been a very high quality deck, have been a top tier deck for a long time now, and I can just smell it. It's in the air. I can just smell a nerf is coming to them again. They've already been hit with Celestial and Vion, but that's not a direct masked hero hit. I can smell a direct masked hero hit coming soon. Maybe not this month, maybe not even this year, but I know it's coming, and by the time we build this masked hero deck, it could happen then. So I don't think it's worth it to set our sights on masked heroes right now, because who knows how long they will be around. Now that being said, I'm gonna go with Destiny rulers anyway, because they are dark, they are warriors, and they are all a hero monster. Now those are three things that line up very well. So I'm gonna get one of these. And we got our first structure deck. That's what it's called. I've been calling it like 15 different things here. So let's go ahead and copy this bad boy. Oh, by the way, I started out with Kaiba because, I don't know, Blue Eyes, I guess. It doesn't really matter who you start out with right now. Like, it really doesn't, actually. Just start out with whoever you want. Alright, Destiny rulers. That's all. Now, keep the deck as is. I got some cards here from, I think, the tutorial duel, I guess. I think so. Either way, you might want to add Banner of Courage if you have that. And take out, I don't know, one of these. Maybe not that one. But take out, like, this dog. One of the dogs. Like I said, your beginning deck doesn't really matter so long as it's just a structure deck. And congrats! You've now chosen your own structure deck. And, hold on. Oh, hey, strings. If you see strings, try and beat them. Oh, also, if you didn't know, there's spots in the world where you can potentially click on to earn gems. You can click the fountain, you can click the lights, you can click the top of the shop, I guess. And the trash can. Because people just throw away gems. I wonder if we actually can. I wonder if we can beat this guy yet. Level 20. Ooh, I don't know. We're just starting. Ah, why not? Let's give it a try. Who cares? We're wild. We like to live on the edge here, folks. We like to live on the edge. Our first real duel against strings? Oh man, I'm sweating in my britches here. But you know, let's try it out. Maybe we can win. Is the Destiny Rulers good enough to carry us through? Well, we'll see. Ooh, that music. That's spooky. That's some spooky music right there. Okay, so let's set this card, and Drill Dark works very well with Celestial. Look at that, 2 cards for the price of 1. Strings is really spooky. He's like a spooky guy. Not sure if I like that. Right? It's probably not a strong defense monster, right? Nah. Dude, we got this in the bag. Now, there's a camera option here. You can switch between here and here. When you switch here is when you know you're an expert. We're not an expert yet, so I'm going to play with 3D visuals on. And voice lines as well. Nightmare Steel Cage. Oh, come on. Why are you stalling? What does Dreamer do, anyway? If your Destiny hero monster battles and this card's in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, make that monster unable to be destroyed by that battle. If you do, you take no. Okay. It does a lot that we don't need right now. What are you doing? Why are you putting them in attack? Are you just taunting me? Is that what's happening? Am I being taunted? I can't tell. Am I being taunted? Can I fight you? The music changed. I didn't even attack, but the music changed to the victory music. Interesting. I just had to declare an attack, and the game was like, oh shoot, he's probably gonna win. No, I'm not. But here we go. Now I will. Actually, no, I won't. Why did I say I will? Not yet, that is. I think we got this. I think we can determine that Destiny Rulers is good enough to beat strings at level 20. Now, to be fair, level 10s, level 20s, even level 30s aren't very difficult decks. Especially compared to these starter decks. Like, before starter decks came out, then, you know, it was kind of tricky, because you didn't have any cards to really build a deck that went together. You know, you just had all these random cards you would get from NPC drops, and that's all you had. But now they just give you, like, these starter decks. You kids these days have it so easy! Slifer the Sky Dragon! That monster girl, yeah, he's a good slipper. Listen! Slifer's greatest strength is also its greatest weakness! Merrick, watch this! I synchro summon Slifer the Sky Turtle! Go! Obliterate! Okay, now we have, I don't know what I'm saying. We have Slifer the Sky Dragon. And just like that, we have an Egyptian God card. It was easy as that. Now, are we going to use that? No. Like, why would we? You think you were ever going to get a Sky Dragon out on the field? No, I don't think so. And chances are you'll probably, by now, make it to stage level 3. And once you get to stage 3, you get the chance to unlock your favorite boy, Joey Wheeler. Now, I'm not gonna run through all this. I'm gonna cut this video off here because that's the main goal you want to do. Is to pick your starter deck. I prefer Destiny rulers. That's what I'm going with. If you want to continue on the journey, I'm going to be sticking with the Destiny ruler deck. You know, the one that I chose. If you choose to go another route, that's fine. But that's what I recommend. To be as meta relevant as soon as you can. Next time we're going to start our second goal, but in the meantime, let's just try to rage that mission's stage level. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, that's cool. I hope to see you guys again.